Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Special guests with us this morning.
That's right. My favorite R&B singer and my second favorite luchador, Miguel.
Miguel, ladies and gentlemen. What's up,
Welcome, Miguel. He can't never just say nothing, just all nice.
It's all right. It's all right.
Now, how'd you celebrate Cinco de Mayo, being that you are half Mexican?
Man, we actually had an album playback yesterday.
Okay.
So I was wondering if you guys were gonna.
We weren't invited.
We ain't nothing about that.
I asked him, I was like, yo, what's up?
RCA been real slack lately, Miguel.
You guys didn't come because we had the interview today.
No, that was
We
We
didn't know
weren't
nothing about
invited. I thought maybe you were mad at us because they were playing half. They said you were half Mexican, so they were
let's
playing
explain.
half songs on
Yesterday
Cinco
was
de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Envy wanted to play some Mexican artists.
Right.
She played a quarter of Cassie
because she's 25% Mexican.
A quarter of the song?
and half of how many drinks because you're half Mexican.
That's cool. I'll take that. That's all right. Shout out to all the Latinos out there right now.
Oh, that's why you wearing like the. Is that Mexican?
Nah, it's just
Is that Mexican garb?
garb,
So
Mexican
stupid.
garb? That's the most ignorant. Is that Mexican? Is that traditional Mexican garb you're wearing?
It's not just a jacket.
It's the finest Mexican sackcloth. It's like
This guy here.
It's kind of like it is kind of Cali blood.
it's very Cali.
Yeah,
Cali, but that's not
Very
Mexican.
Cali. Very
Okay.
California.
Charlamagne's wearing a traditional black person's V-neck white tee.
From Target.
Yeah.
Mosimo
That's some
9.99.
Mexican
Thank
stuff
you.
you wear right there, boy.
But
Oh,
Miguel, welcome. You know, we've been waiting for this new album to come out. I know you put out the 3-song EP a few months ago. And
Yeah.
it's interesting because they said Coffee just came out. But I was like, that song's been out. I've been hearing it
I
for
put it
some
out.
time.
I put that out really for the fans ahead of time, and you know everyone who's been following me like since the last album, especially knows I like to put music out for free when it's time to gear up for the album. So I wanted to do it like that, and I think everyone had been waiting so long for some music, so I just put it out that way. But Coffee is the official single, so that's
We were
what-
missing you, Miguel.
Yeah,
Man,
heard
I miss being being in the mix and you know being able to like just be out there and do shows and whatnot.
Why so long
But-
since Kaleidoscope Dreams? I mean, why didn't you feel the need to rush? Because after you have a successful project, the label's like,
Yeah.
hey, we need another one.
Yeah.
Why didn't you feel
Yeah.
the need to come right back up?
The big thing is like, I mean, I hate to say it, but art really does imitate life. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, like you have to do living. You know, there's living that needs to be done so you can kind of like just I guess fill the tank of inspiration up. I guess it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it's a way of saying it. But you know what I mean? It's like
Gotcha.
I had some living to do. You know, and
Gotta
we were
have
on the
some
road
sex
for
in
like
some foreign
3
places.
Essentially, it's no. I mean, just being out and being home, spending time with family, all of those things, like just kind of living life.
Living life.
Yeah,
Now,
just living life.
Charlamagne had a huge argument about you this morning.
Okay.
Before you got here. He was actually on your side. He had an argument with another guy that was battling between you and Chris Brown and who is the better R&B singer and who had the better songs.
Listen,
And Charlamagne was
if-
walking around playing your Coffee song, Grinding.
I was not playing Coffee. I was playing Tell Me That the is mine.
He's like, it's a very big difference. That's a huge difference.
Grinding.
Yeah.
Him and another man were battling.
Wasn't grinding.
Him and another man were grinding.
But you know, sometimes you get into these arguments with people about who's the best rapper. And I
Right.
said,
MC.
Miguel's the best R&B singer
Thanks,
out
man.
right now.
Appreciate
He
that.
said Chris Brown. I said it's not even close. Now, if it's popularity, of course, Chris
Yeah,
is. But
yeah.
talent, not even close.
I think it's just I think we're just two different. We make two different kinds of music.
It's
different
hard to
kinds of
compare
R&B.
you
Yeah.
to Chris Brown. It
Because
is.
I'm a Chris Brown fan, straight up, and that's my guy. Like he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to Chris Brown,
Right.
straight up.
But you haven't done those crossover, like, okay, I'm going to do a, like, Chris Brown's dabbled in EDM records
Yeah.
and done other things. You've really been strictly like a soul R&B artist.
Yeah, I mean, I think my music is always rooted in soul. I think I'm painting with different colors and different like textures.
Do you ever
over
feel
here.
like, okay, I got to try something,
Or
different?
have you tried an EDM type of record before?
I wouldn't say that EDM, for what it's known for, is really moves me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think I've heard a couple remixes of my songs that are like EDM remixes, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but
Sounds good.
it's not something that I don't think if it like was a track I heard, I'd be like, oh, that makes me want to. Say, but there are the
Gotcha.
rhythms that live in that same tempo because I'm Latino, you know what I'm saying, as well. So there are rhythms that live in that same world and tempo space that do move me, but it's just I can't say that EDM is really my bag.
So is Wildheart almost done, or
Wildheart is done.
it's completely done? Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? That's the name of your new album?
Wildheart is the title of the new album.
So what finishing move is that going to turn into? Because you did a Kaleidoscope Dream.
We're working on it.
Now, that lady's actually suing you now.
Yeah,
After
I mean,
all this time.
the crazy thing is 2 years later, it's crazy. I'm just really getting more information on it, so I don't really know too much about it, but we handle our business.
Now, why didn't you just like pull her to the side a couple years ago and say, "Here, take this $20,000. Sorry for the inconvenience. Didn't mean to almost decapitate you. Are you okay?"
We spoke. We everything seemed like it was on the up and up. Last we spoke, but I guess you just got to deal with things as they come.
Right, because there was another woman that was involved, but then she decided not to sue.
Yeah.
Right, and now this is a second woman. So
I guess.
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I guess I don't even know at this point. I don't have enough information that talk about it, but I just know I handle my business.
It happens
Kinda
a lot
worked out
though.
for you though,
Yeah.
because I knew when the 3-song EP came out, and I think I went to download it to something, but it didn't download fast enough, so I didn't hear Coffee until yesterday. I bought it on iTunes.
Crazy,
but then
that's
it
not
came out, and then the news about you getting sued came out at the same time. as well.
Interesting, right? It's interesting how that all works out. The day of, but anyway.
It helps. It's like you get your name's out there.
Yeah.
Nowadays we live in a society.
I don't think he would like
good
that.
news is just as prosperous as bad news.
It's kind of weird. I don't think anyone really cares anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey.
It happened a long time ago.
But
I still watch it every now and then. Though I thought it was amazing.
It's funny as shit. I laugh at it. I mean, it's I could laugh at myself now.
That was one of the most meme moments. We always talk up here about the memes, and these people are so clever with the things that they come up with the memes.
They do.
Sometimes you just
I'm
have
waiting
to
for
laugh.
new ones now. I'm waiting for new. This next album cycle, I'm waiting for new
Well,
memes.
Plies'
It's coming.
situation brought it back because Plies had the finishing move called the Color Money, which was the slam, and they compared it to the Kaleidoscope Dream, which is the leg drop.
What were you gonna say?
But do you still do that? Do you still dance the same way, or do you watch yourself now? Or do you still jump over crowds? Did that change any way that you perform?
Man, I really am just always living in the moment, especially on stage. So I won't say that I'm just I love rock and roll. I grew up listening to rock and roll. So stage crowd surfing, things like that are part of things I always thought were amazing. I wanted to do now. I'll do them very differently and more cautiously if ever again. But that's just a part of what I'm into.
How did Adorn change your life?
Man, talk about. I think that the moment at the Grammys was real crazy. But the funny thing is creating Adorn and then shooting the video, and that whole time for me was a lot of growing up, and just stepping into a new set of, a more confident and more I guess taking control of my career place for me. And it changed the perception of how people look at me as a musician, as an artist. I think people didn't really look at me like I was a real artist. It was okay, he's an R&B cat, write a song. I love a couple of songs, whatever. But that song changed a lot for me. So
It kind of separated you from the pack.
Yeah, big time. Big time. Yeah.
How do you pick and choose which artists you want to collaborate with? Now, of course, we know the Ludacris single you've been on. You work with J. Cole. You work with Kendrick Lamar. I'm sure a lot of people come knocking on your door asking you to do songs and be on hooks and sing with them. But how do you pick and choose, I'm going to work with this person?
I think it's so tough because, you can like people, but you may not like what they create. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it gets real tough because there's people that I genuinely I'm like, man, I with you, you're cool as but
your music is
the
whack.
music not the music is whack, but it's not I don't see where that makes sense for us.
you.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do people get offended? They give you a song yo, I really want to get you on this, and then you have to tell them, yeah, that's not really.
I'm sure because we're artists, you know what I mean? So we're all sensitive to a certain degree. But I think being honest is respectable. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not really with it, I just gotta be honest and that's what else can I do?
Right.
What else can I do?
You let them down easy, or you just tell them straight up, hey man.
Be nah, no, just
You don't give them the industry runaround hey, I'm on tour, I'll be back in 2 years.
The label said I can't right now.
Well, thankfully, sometimes it does just work out that way where it doesn't have to be. Said. But sometimes I don't have to say it. Just happens that way. But there's been times when I have to be honestly, I don't really see how I will fit on this. You know what I mean?
There's sometimes I hear you on hooks. I'm like, man, this would have been great if it was a whole Miguel song.
She said that about the Ludacris record.
That record it's so crazy how that song came about because we did it 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
And we thought it was gonna come out a lot sooner, but he put it on. I love that the fans love it too, which is crazy. So.
Now, when you first came out, you were known as the weirdo. You looked weird. You were crazy. Your style was crazy.
The thing is, like, people just kind of finally just been like,
they're okay with it.
But now people like the weirdos.
But okay, let's just be. Honestly, I did a lot of things before they were trendy, and I may not have done them in a way that looked cool to the general public or to the black masses or to whatever you want to call it. But honestly, I don't give a f.
There you go. Talk that talk.
I'm a human being, and I'm learning. Like, I just have the balls to do what I want, and maybe I didn't do it the way that I was seeing it in my head. It didn't come across like that, but you got to give it to a person who doesn't give a f and just does what they want. You
and
know
I
what
think
I'm saying?
sometimes when people are familiar with you, like, okay, we like him, we like his music, so now, all right, now
It's
we're
like,
okay. But when they
There's
don't know you so
context,
well,
yeah.
and they're like, I don't know who this guy is, and but then you put some hit songs out, and everybody wants to work with you, and they're like, all right, he could do whatever he wants now.
That's love. You know what? Actually, the conversation we had here last time, I think, was pivotal too, because it was like, let's address it, and just be like, and I could be like, you know what? Looking at those photos, honestly, would think the same thing. That's straight up.
Right.
Looking at it, but I know where my head was at and what I was trying to do, and like the fashion statement I was trying to make, but I didn't have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It took like education and kind of like spending time with people who really know fashion to explain to me, okay, this is how I see what you're trying to do,
Right.
but this is how you actually do it. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was just a learning experience. I can't even be mad at myself.
And then we saw you spanking your girlfriend. We know he can't be gay. I mean, you see his
I love beautiful
girlfriend.
women.
Let's talk about this picture right here, right? Because I bought coffee yesterday on iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, great record, terrible picture. You got a hole,
That one-
He got a hole in his crotch.
Crotch in my face. Crotch in my
Okay.
face.
You ever think about the guys that listen to your music, Miguel?
That's a
That's
little
not
too
for.
much.
That's
This
not
ain't
for
for
the
guys.
men. That's
I know.
not for the men.
I know.
That's definitely not for the men. That's not.
I
for
actually was looking at that picture today. Did I show it to you?
Yeah, you showed it to me because she did a similar picture yesterday on Instagram.
I want to see that picture, Angela.
Why the hole in
Where's
your
that?
crotch, though?
Where's that?
And I was
where's
like,
that?
well, why can Miguel do this and it's okay? And then I put up a similar picture and it's a problem. And
Let
I'm
me see it.
stopped.
Where's
Take
it at?
down.
I have to take
Okay,
it
but
down.
you got it on your phone though. Where's
That's
that?
it. I'll show you.
It's not
not that bad.
Show it to me.
Now, are you still meditating?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't pronounce it. What is it called? Transcendental
Transcendental meditation. I haven't got. Honestly, no. I haven't got to transcendental meditation. But crazy. I was just talking to Usher. He hit me 2 days. Like, we spoke 2 days ago about it.
Stop bragging. Okay, Usher calls you.
That's big bro.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? That's like big
He
bro.
name dropped on you.
No,
I didn't forget. I want to see that.
Oh.
Now, is
not
the meditation for the artist or for the man, Miguel?
That's just for. I think there's no separation at this point. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it's like a calming. I don't know if you guys have ever like meditated and got to a point where it's like you feel. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a feeling of stepping away from yourself.
Out of body experience, kind of.
I wouldn't say for me it's not that crazy, but it's almost it's I don't know how to explain it. It just feels very like a calming, like stepping back from everything. You kind of seeing everything, even yourself, like
Taking
I don't know.
yourself out of your body and observing kind of.
I don't know how to explain
I
it, but I don't know if have you guys ever meditated?
Yeah.
I've tried. I can't. It's hard for me to turn off, man. Mine
Yeah.
is very busy.
It is.
Very
It's
hard
tough.
For me to turn off.
It's tough. You know what? I would try guided meditation if you ever like have the patience to try it, because honestly, it's the most. I've never felt more clear than after doing that for even just like 15 minutes, and someone just kind of like, okay, now breathe like this, dude. That will help like quiet everything.
Do you have tantric sex also and all of that?
I haven't got there yet. I wanna try that, but that's all breathing exercise. Exercise.
I haven't tried it yet either. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I hahaven't tried it yet.
Because
but
Diddy talked about it. He said he had sex for like 2 days or something crazy.
I don't know if that was tantric or if
So
that
what
was
is
something.
what inspired you?
Drug fueled.
I'm just saying we're all wild at heart. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. What inspired you to make these freaky ass records? Because you go from his mind.
You can't say that word. Say
Okay. Oh, that sounds stupid.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love. That's
all right.
That's the better
Okay.
to me.
Say it again.
Then you go. You can.
Vagina fit sounds so clinical. Like
It sounds like something you
know
don't
what I mean?
want.
Like,
We can't say on the air, so we gotta say vagina.
Well, you just said it again.
Oh,
How about
you just-
coochie?
I hate that. I hate
That doesn't
coochie.
sound so good either.
It sounds dirty to me.
And then now you got
like it
coffee.
smells or something. Like,
Stinks.
yeah.
What is coffee and effing? What is that? Why is that synonymous
Coffee
with each other?
is-
Coffee is the original record, and was just, excuse me. I forgot where I'm at.
Miguel, you are just a dirty mouth.
Yeah.
Come on, be Mexican, man. Talk that talk.
And coffee is just, we did the other version just because it just felt right. It was just like, well, this is what he's really saying.
Yeah.
Might as well just say it. Like, listening to it just seems like the obvious thing. So that's like more for remixing, just for like the heads on the internet.
So coffee's not slang for actual effing.
No, I mean the actual song, I prefer coffee, like this title coffee and the logic behind getting to coffee in the morning. That was the intention of the song. You know what I mean? It was like, it's obvious I'm talking about in the song, but it's more that it's lust rooted in honest connection. So that's what made this song stand out on the album, because there's something real underneath it.
So you have a lot of sex and then you want to go get a cup of caffeine.
I don't like empty
It wakes
sex.
you up.
and then in the morning, yeah.
So you think the morning is the best time to have sex?
I think
you?
every time is the best time to have sex.
Because some people prefer morning sex, some people prefer it at night.
Morning sex is amazing when you get woke up with it. That's
Okay.
the best, yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, wood, and then somebody,
It's just,
your girl is there.
He's kinky this
Yeah.
morning.
What? It's what the song is about. And grow up.
Kinky.
I love it.
He said,
I love
Make
it.
sure
Let's
you that
talk.
picture, though.
I'm still waiting.
Now,
I'm not leaving without seeing it.
Now, you mentioned that Stevie Wonder reached out to you about what's going on in Baltimore.
When?
Okay, maybe not.
Well, no, they were saying that you and Stevie Wonder you hinted that you guys might collaborate. That was the story
What they
on
got to do with
something to
Baltimore?
have to do with police brutality. I don't know if it was necessarily
No.
Baltimore.
Ride to Baltimore.
No, we actually did an event for the mayor of LA last week, and we spoke about it briefly, but it wasn't, just, I mean,
They made it seem
obviously,
like you guys were gonna do a song and
no.
protest.
I mean, obviously, something needs to be said and done, and it's a very urgent thing, and that we were just speaking on that, yeah.
Right.
And I think there are a number of artists out there who are really keen on making a difference and saying something, and I think we're hoping to make that happen, in some way, shape, or form. But
Can you make a record about the joys of eating ass? Because eating ass
What?
is getting like real commercial now.
is it?
Yeah,
Ask him
what?
if he eats
Well,
ass.
just
He might
because
not
of
eat ass.
eating the booty like Groceries
Miguel
and
definitely eats ass.
Kevin Gates
Oh
made it
man,
kind of popular.
I'm about it. I'm about it.
Oh, you eat booty? Okay.
Man, I'm about it.
No, we eat
Like a
booty.
crab,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
crab.
Yeah,
There you go. That's how you gotta open your cheeks just like that.
Like,
Put your tongue
Well,
in.
I don't eat booty, just for the record.
Has that inspired any lyrics yet?
I don't know if that's gonna make any lyrical, any songs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But hey, you never know.
What about
my name
squirting?
is Miguel. I don't know.
What about squirting? Would you write a song?
Yes. Yes.
You guys are talking about eating booty, but squirting is kinky?
Squirting is
over there.
amazing. That's
Right.
that's the biggest compliment.
I like how
you can
Miguel
ever
just
give a man.
positioned himself like, I'm about to get at Angela.
Well, he can't look at you
He
and
just
say
positioned
squirting is
himself like,
amazing.
yo.
It's like I'm still waiting to see that photo. I don't know why you're tripping.
Okay, all right. You
Show
guys seem
him.
like, okay, all right. I didn't think it was that
Miguel is
bad,
a
but
nice look for you.
Envy made it seem like it was really bad. Get out of here, Shelly.
That picture ain't got nothing to
It's
do with
not
that picture
bad.
that Miguel. Miguel
She
looks.
showed me the picture. She said,
made
if
it seem
Miguel
like
could
it
do
was
this
like-
picture,
It
why
wasn't
can't I
that
do
bad,
waiting
but
for the-
Envy made it seem Envy's
was
very
light.
conservative.
I'm very
And you took it
protective.
down? You took that
Yes.
down? Why?
It's just, I don't know.
It was a good look. You
said
did
it
your
was a
hair
good
and
look.
everything. Let me see it again.
I didn't do my hair. It
Did
was
you do
supposed
your-
to be no makeup, no hair done, just
Let me see it again.
coffee.
I like that.
You should send it
Angela
to him,
Yee. I like that. Can I see it again one more time?
Stop.
I'm serious.
Why are you
embarrassed.
blushing, Angela Yee?
I'm embarrassed.
Damn. Gosh. Is it true you're doing a movie with John Legend?
Man, that's so crazy how
Rumors. Stuff.
I had a meeting with a production company. I literally had one meeting with the production company. It is his production company. About a film that was very, very different than the one that a press release was released about. So the film that I had a meeting about was actually really dope. The film that I heard they're talking about, I don't know anything about.
It's like a
film.
musical romantic
Yeah,
comedy.
that's not the
How does
film
this
that
happen?
I
How
was
do you-
pitched at all. So if there's a film being made like the one that we spoke about, I'm absolutely interested. But I've only had a single meeting about it.
Oh, they said you got the role.
You in the
Man.
lead.
Not the film they're talking about.
Is it true that you're getting married? No, I'm kidding. I know that's not true.
It's true that I'm wild at heart, straight up.
Has it been hard
Wow.
to be? Because you're still in a relationship, right?
Yes.
Is it hard to be faithful? Because your success has shot up since the success of Adorn, girls look at you as a sex symbol. Is it hard out here? Harder to be faithful?
It's only as hard as you allow it to be, I guess. You know what I mean?
Don't put yourself in that situation where something could happen.
I mean,
you should have paused that too.
Wow.
I mean, god damn, that was. It's only as hard as you allow it to be. You can make that sound crazy. Jesus Christ! Just when you got rid of all those rumors.
Well, he said about with his girlfriend.
Because it's for women though. What are we talking about?
Absolutely, I'm with you. Not with you.
Yeah. You wouldn't copy paste it on some others. I haven't said anything else. Anyway.
Go ahead.
But is it hard though?
Oh my gosh.
You're the one.
Goodness gracious.
Charlamagne, why are you blushing? Now that Charlamagne's light skinned, I can see when he blushes.
Right,
Is it difficult?
That's the headline.
Did you say now he's light skinned?
I can see him blush.
Miguel,
Is it hard? Wow.
Is it difficult?
Wow. Is it difficult to stay? I like I said, it's just, yeah. It's how much you allow it to affect you, I guess. Yeah.
Chris Rock once said, "A man is only as faithful as his option."
He did say that.
Yeah.
Chris
A
Rock
lot of
is
people
amazing.
have said that though.
That's why it's tougher for men in power. I mean, anyone in power, women in power, anyone in power, to be faithful.
But you know what? For a woman, and especially for your girlfriend, I'm sure it's quite easy. If she wanted to do something, she could. And I'm sure guys come at her all the time.
I'm gone all the time.
Right.
It would be really easy.
The guy could slide in and be like,
and
"Look,
women
he's
are
never here."
and women are so smart. Like they're not messy.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it just stupid.
Right. You guys don't pre-plan. You don't tell your boy, "Look, I told her I'm with you,"
Right.
so he has no idea what's going on.
Guys are dumb.
We
Man,
plan
we're
things
so
out. Like we have pictures ready in case we're gonna pretend that we're on vacation with our friends, but we're really not. So
Real
we can post those pictures, and then we tell our friends, "Don't post for 2 weeks because I said I'm with you," and
And what else?
just a lot of things
Give
that
them some
women
more
do.
notes.
We plan ahead. You guys just do what you're gonna do and
Yeah.
don't have any type of plan. Have you
Yeah.
gotten caught cheating?
You know what? we've
Mr.
been
Wildheart.
no, yeah. I mean, we've been together since I was 19. I've definitely made some mistakes. I'm not even gonna hide behind that.
Right. Because sometimes when you get caught, that's when you realize I gotta stop.
Oh yeah, big time. That's exactly when you figure that out, and then you realize like it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? When it's not even worth it. So.
Do you pay attention to stuff like who's following her on Twitter and Instagram? Like make sure Drake's not following her or Trey Songs.
Who's she
Nah.
liking? Whose
Trey Songz is
pictures?
when you gotta watch.
Chris Brown.
Man, none of them are a threat to me. And I don't mean that in a diss way. I'm just saying I just feel very strong about my relationship. Yeah.
What about musically? Do you feel like you're the best R&B singer out right now?
I feel like I'm poised to do something great. I don't know about the best R&B singer, but I know that I'm poised to do something great in this world.
I'm just talking about right now, at this moment.
At this moment,
You should feel
I'm in
like
love
that.
with my album. I'm in love with this album, and I know we have even more like great music coming after Coffee. So I'm gonna let the fans. It's for the fans, It's for the fans, and so that's all I can,
Who do you listen to as far as other producers or executives when it comes to your music? Whose input do you really take to heart?
Lately, I haven't listened to anything.
No, I mean like whose input, like when people tell you,
Oh.
or who do you go to? Like, okay, what do you think about this song? Should this make the album? Does this sound all right?
Mark Pitts is like my big bro, so he's not an artist, in the general
But an
sense of the
executive.
term, but he is an artist at heart. He's a creative person, like he's a creative spirit, and he understands art. I mean, so that's the first person I always go to with my music. But Wale's a good person. Cole is a great person. Those two people are probably like the closest there.
But isn't it hard to let them hear records because they be like, oh, let me jump on that. And you
No.
can't tell Wale or Cole no because they always look out for you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I love Wale, but I could have did without him on Coffee, to be honest.
Damn, so.
Well, I love the version with him on it. You know what I mean? But I also love the version without. So it's just
Oh, it's one
cool to
without
have
him?
options. Yeah,
The original one.
Well, I need to
The
download
original-
That was on the EP.
No disrespect to Wale because that's my guy.
Yeah,
Remember
shout
I
out
was-
to Wale.
Because actually, when you
My God.
re-released it, because I told him I was hearing that song for months already. I was like, how is this a new song? But then I realized it's because Wale is on
Right.
it.
And that, like, we honestly did that, like, and big shout out to Wale because he did it, like, so fast and bodied it. But it was really for the fan. It's like, it's for the fans. You know what I mean? Even though, like, Coffee, the actual version that goes on the album, will be the version without Wale. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you for that. It was a dope verse. I just don't think it fit the song. Like he got a line in there that's dope. He say 50 Shades of Grey over Jodeci.
Yeah,
that
with
was hard.
Jodeci. Yeah.
But I just felt like I like R&B. I don't be liking the rap and all that. I ain't like just let it be R&B.
I feel you.
Like when everybody rapped over Adorn, like no, leave that alone.
Did people rap over Adorn?
Yeah.
I didn't hear
Wiz
it.
Khalifa was on Adorn.
Oh,
He said, I remember that.
Oh yeah, I
French
mean,
Montana
we
did a
did.
version. I
French
think
did
him
a
and Diddy-
version?
Huh?
Didn't him and Diddy do a version of Adorn?
French does every song. French will be doing anything.
I don't like that. I
What
don't
else
like
can we
that.
look forward
French
to on the
has the
album, though?
most
Give us
swag.
some more since we didn't get to come to the playback.
What do you have to look forward to? Was that the
Yeah,
question?
like, tell us a little bit about it.
The
I heard you
album.
worked at Premiere. Is that true?
We
DJ
did,
Premier?
we did. Unfortunately,
How was
the music that we did doesn't fit the sound of the body of work for this album. So we're trying to figure out the right way to put that music out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Premier's like that's a musical mentor.
It's an
That's someone I
icon.
grew up listening to.
Yeah.
You know, so that was an honor. You know who I did get to work with this album? I've never worked with before, and it was amazing. It was Raphael Sadiq.
Oh, I
Wow.
love Raphael
Yeah,
Sadiq.
yeah,
Tony,
yeah.
Tony, Tony was they had one of my favorite R&B songs ever, Just Me and You.
Just me and you.
He's got a dope
Yeah.
artist too. What's homie name?
Adrian Marcel. Yeah.
Yes, he does, man. So shout out to Raphael, representing the Bay.
And were you
Alley.
doing a lot of writing while you were
Oakland.
taking a break
Did I do a lot of writing at home? I did. I
for other
recorded.
artists too?
Not so much.
Mhm.
Not so much. This album was like, I think is the last time I'm gonna record an album at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a challenge because it's just so easy to be like, oh. And I just
distracting.
like when you settle into your house, it takes so long to get your house to exactly how you want it. 'Cause it's like you're curating everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm really particular. So, I'm at home. The house is coming together. I'm getting real comfortable, and also understanding that I need some time to live. So it makes it real easy to just be like, all right, I'm gonna watch a film right now.
Right.
I'm not gonna push this. I'm not gonna rush it because you can't rush art. You
Right.
just can't. You don't do that.
So you just bought a new house.
I just made sure the house came together the way I
How
want.
big is it?
It's actually not.
Whoa.
It's not. Man, you and these questions, God.
God.
Good.
How much
You're
square
jumping
feet
all
do you
over the
have?
place here.
How's the square footage of your crib?
The house is
hard? How big is it?
the house is it's I don't know. It's like it's not a huge house. It's actually there's only two of us there. So I didn't need a crazy house. It's like 3,000 something square feet.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that I don't know what that is in relation to everyone's home. I don't know.
Well, we're in New York, and I tell you right now, my house is not that big.
Well, we live in like a residential area where it's like, single family homes. They're like all nice size. They're not like mansions or anything like that.
Do you think about starting a family soon and having children?
Man, I'm
he's
too
half
wild for a
Mexican.
family right now.
You said what?
Way too wild to have a family right
You mean half Mexican?
Why?
Huh?
What do you mean way too wild? You
I
can be wild
just
and still have kids.
right. I don't have
The
I think,
responsibility.
yeah, right about now, like we're at the cusp of like doing something really, really great. I believe that in my heart, and I don't know that would be like I want to be there for like the first at least 3 years for my children's lives. You know what I'm saying? 3 years I want to be home.
That ain't gonna happen now.
So you,
Exactly.
You gonna be
Right now
70
is
or
like
something like
yeah.
that. That's
Right
not
now
gonna
I'm
happen.
too selfish. Right now we're both too selfish right now.
so you're one of those career first guys.
Absolutely.
You know, if you
Right
keep-
now, yeah.
if
Right
you
now.
keep having sex with no condom, you know eventually you could possibly have a family. With them.
Straight up.
Well, I'm sure she's
We're
on
taking the
pill or
proper. We're taking the
yeah,
proper.
something.
Proper.
How was the Met Gala?
It was fun. The Met Gala was amazing. Actually, this is my favorite Met Gala.
Really? Why?
Probably because I was more comfortable.
Mhm.
The energy is like it takes getting used to. You know what I'm saying?
You
'Cause
feel like
it's
you
not-
belong this time?
I've definitely felt more like I belong this
Mhm.
time. And the fact that there's like more familiar faces, like you're kind of you know, it's just being around these, and you only see a lot of these people, 1 or 2 times a year.
Mhm.
So the fact that now it's like there's a little more familiarity makes
Is it
real
respect
comfortable.
from your peers?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing is seeing the musicians that you love. So it's like that know you. You know what I mean? And they show love.
Like who were you like blown away by? Like, wow, I can't believe this person's here that you never met before, or that you barely ever get to see. Who impresses you?
I'm always like, just because I grew up on Jay, like Jay-Z, like seeing Jay-Z every time I see him, and he's just so cool. You know what I mean?
Hov raised us all, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's always like special. You know what I mean? That's cool. Him and Beyonce look great. They were super dope.
Did Hov talk to you
Yay.
about Tidal?
No,
Get you on the title way.
not at all. Have you guys tried Tidal yet? Have you tried it?
Not yet.
I haven't
I
tried
thought
it.
you subscribed.
I did, but I haven't done it yet. I subscribed just because, you know, I feel like Jay's my father in a way. So I
Word,
support my dad.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to pay money to subscribe to this. I don't even have Netflix. I use my friend's Netflix account.
Really?
And I have other, iHeart, I have that. But it's hard for me to like pay. So I'm waiting for them to get a free service.
I subscribed because I thought he was gonna call because they said he was calling people.
He's
but
calling people.
He never called me.
You didn't get that one.
He didn't get that. He didn't call
No
me.
voicemail, not a text message.
Nah, he didn't call me.
I don't know why I'm so cheap about it.
What happens in the
Why
Met
was-
Gala?
I don't know why.
Because we hear so many stories, like they be sacrificing goats and stuff. It's like an Illuminati ritual.
That's exactly what happens.
Like
Yeah.
after we see the red carpet, what happens on the inside?
It's essentially like it's just a dinner. It's a dinner, and it's just talking to people who mostly don't know who you are, but understand that like if you're here, you must do something. So it's just it really
You're
is
somebody.
like it's like okay, you must do something. So but it's actually pretty cool because it's a lot of creative minds, a lot of people who are involved in the creative process of bringing a lot of great things to the world. So mostly fashion, obviously, and I don't know, that's the best part.
And the world-
drinking.
and the world
It's just
is-
like drinking. It's like drinking, talking.
For what though? Aren't they raising money for something?
Yeah, for the Met.
I don't even know what the Met is.
For the Metropolitan Museum.
Oh.
All the money from the money goes to the museum. So.
Now you're really into fashion, of course. We've talked about that. Is that something you want to pursue as far as like a
By the way, I
clothing
think I'm
line?
still hungover from the Met.
2 days
2
ago.
days ago.
Yeah, that's why none of my words are
And
connected.
Cinco de Mayo.
And Cinco de Mayo. It kind of all is one blur. It's all good. Yeah.
Are you thinking about doing like anything in fashion, starting a clothing line, collaboration?
I think all of that is on the horizon. Because like you said, I'm obviously like into fashion. Finding the right way of doing that. I think I'm starting in small places with things that tie into the album. So that'll be really dope for like the fans to be into. But yeah, hopefully we can evolve from that and take it to other levels.
Are you going on tour?
Absolutely. July rather.
Who you going out with?
I'm
this point,
going
you
out
should
on
be
my own.
headlining. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure. I'm trying to find the right person to come with me.
Gotcha.
The right artist or right
Who
band.
would we like to see?
Yeah. I wonder who my fans would like to see with this.
That's a good question. Who would you guys like to see Miguel on tour with?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Would it be another R&B artist or would it be?
Definitely.
artist?
This album, I mean, if you listen to even Kaleidoscope Dream isn't a traditional R&B album. I don't make traditional R&B music. I
You
think it's
kinda do,
rooted
with a new age twist to it. Though.
it's rooted in soul. I'm so like I'll never. That's who I am. You know what I mean? That's how I was raised. But I was also raised. I'm in love with rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So that'll always be a part of. Both of those things will always be a part of the music, and I think this album kind of pushes it in that direction. As
We
well.
need music that we can fornicate to.
Oh, trust me, that won't ever change.
Because I listen to 90s
Yeah.
R&B. The only new dude, the last CD I would put in to have sex with was Trey Songz mixtape. I think it was Anticipation. And then now Kaleidoscope Dream.
Yo.
Any other time I'm listening to Jodeci, old R. Kelly.
I miss Jodeci, man. That was,
And you're the only new guy that they give props to. Like all the older artists that come up here, they
Man.
always say Miguel.
that's crazy. That's so. That it trips me out, and it's the biggest compliment. Like the Boys to Men, like you said,
Yeah.
Jodeci,
Mariah Carey.
There we go.
Are you gonna go see her in Vegas?
Um,
She's doing her residency there, so that should be pretty interesting.
that'll be dope. I'm excited for it. I think that's
That'd be a
great
good date night for you.
place. Vegas, I'm not really big on shows in Vegas.
Really?
No, not really.
That's like a concert though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mariah.
Yeah, me and Mariah go back like
Maybe
past the
5
5
years. Well,
yeah.
we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
Wildheart is out this summer.
Yeah,
You got a date yet?
June 30th.
June
Oh, it's
30th.
the day after my born day.
Yeah,
Bravo.
there we go. Celebration.
Okay.
Yes.
Celebration.
All right, Wildheart in stores in June, and we appreciate you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Breakfast Club, Miguel.
Ow is the title of the new album.
So what finishing move is that going to turn into? Because you did Kaleidoscope Dream.
We're working on it.
Now, that lady's actually suing you now.
Yeah,
After
I mean,
all this time.
the crazy thing is 2 years later, it's crazy. I'm just really getting more information on it. So I don't really know too much about it, but you know, we handle our business.
Now, why didn't you just like pull her to the side a couple years ago and say, "Here, take this $20,000. Sorry for the inconvenience. Didn't mean to almost decapitate you. Are you okay?"
We spoke. We everything seemed like it was on the up and up. You know, last we spoke, but I guess you know, you just got to deal with things as they come.
Right, because there was another woman that was involved, but then she decided not to sue.
Yeah.
Right, and now this is a second woman. So
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I guess I don't even know at this point. I don't have enough information to like talk about it, but I just know like I handle my business.
It happens a lot though.
For you though,
yeah. Because
I knew when the 3-song EP came out, and I think I went to download it to something, but it didn't download fast enough. So I didn't hear Coffee until yesterday. I bought it on iTunes.
Crazy.
But then like it came out, and then the news about you getting sued came out at the same time.
Interesting, right? It's interesting how that all works out. The day of, but anyway,
it helps. It's like you get your names out there.
Yeah.
Now they
compare you to Chris Brown.
Because I'm a Chris Brown fan, straight up, and that's my guy. Like he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to Chris Brown, straight up.
But you haven't done those crossover, like, okay, I'm going to do like Chris Brown's dabbled in EDM records and done other things. You've really been strictly like a soul R&B artist.
Yeah, I mean, I think my music is always rooted in soul. I think I'm painting with different colors and different like textures.
Do you ever feel like, okay, I got to try something, you know, different?
Or have you tried an EDM type of record before?
I wouldn't say that EDM, for what it's known for, is really moves me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think I've heard a couple remixes of my songs that are like EDM remixes, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but
sounds good.
It's not something that I don't think if it like was a track I heard, I'd be like, oh, it makes me want to. But there are the rhythms that live in that same tempo, because I'm Latino, you know what I'm saying, as well. So there are rhythms that live in that same world and tempo space that do move me, but it's just I can't say that EDM is really my bag.
So is Wildheart almost done, or?
Wildheart is done.
It's completely done. Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? That's the name of your new album?
Wildheart is like you have to do living. You know, there's living that needs to be done, so you can kind of like just I guess fill the tank of inspiration up. I guess it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it's a way of saying it. But you know what I mean? It's like had some living to do, you know, and we were on the road for like 3
places.
Essentially, it's no, I mean just being out and being home. Spending time with family, all of those things, like just kind of living life. Yeah, just living life.
Charlamagne had a huge argument about you this morning.
Okay.
Before you got here. He was actually on your side. He had an argument with another guy that was battling between you and Chris Brown, and who is the better R&B singer and who had the better songs.
Listen,
Charlamagne was walking around playing your Coffee song, Grinding.
I was not playing Coffee. I was playing Tell Me That the is Mine.
It's a very big difference. That's a huge difference.
Yeah. Him and another man were battling.
Grinding.
Him and another man were grinding.
But you know, sometimes you get into these arguments with people about who's the best rapper. And I said,
MC.
Miguel's the best R&B singer out right now.
Appreciate
he said Chris Brown. I said it's not even close. Now, if it's popularity, of course, Chris is. But talent, not even close.
I think it's just I think we're just two different. We make two different kinds of music.
It's hard to come.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Special guests with us this morning.
That's right. My favorite R&B singer and my second favorite luchador, Miguel.
Miguel, ladies and gentlemen. What's up,
Welcome, Miguel. He can't never just say nothing, just all nice. You got
It's all right. It's all right.
Now, how'd you celebrate Cinco de Mayo, being that you are half Mexican?
Man, we actually had an album playback yesterday.
Okay.
So I was wondering if you guys were gonna.
We weren't invited.
We ain't nothing about that.
I asked. I was like, "Yo, what's up?"
RCA been real slack lately, Miguel.
You guys didn't come because we had the interview today.
Nope, that was
we weren't invited. I thought maybe you were mad at us because they were playing half. They said you were half Mexican, so they were playing half songs.
Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. Envy wanted to play some Mexican artists.
Right.
She played a quarter of Cassie.
Because she's 25% Mexican.
A quarter of the song?
And half of how many drinks because you're half Mexican.
That's cool. I'll take that. That's all right. Shout out to all the Latinos out there right now.
That's why you wearing like the... Is that Mexican?
Nah, it's just
is that Mexican garb?
Mexican garb? That's the most ignorant. Is that Mexican? Is that traditional Mexican garb you're wearing?
It's not just a jacket.
It's the finest Mexican sackcloth.
It's kind of like it's kind of Cali blood.
It's very Cali.
Yeah,
it's Cali,
very Cali, very California.
Charlamagne's wearing a traditional black person's V-neck white tee.
From Target. Multi-Mo $9.99. Thank you.
Right there, boy.
But Miguel, welcome. You know, we've been waiting for this new album to come out. I know you put out the 3-song EP a few months ago, and it's interesting because they said Coffee just came out, but I was like, that song's been out. I've been hearing it for some time.
I put that out really for the fans ahead of time, and you know, everyone who's been following me like since the last album, especially, knows I like to put music out for free when it's time to gear up for the album. So I wanted to do it like that, and I think everyone had been waiting so long for some music, so I just put it out that way. But Coffee is the official single, so
we were missing you, Miguel.
Yeah,
man, I missed being in the mix and you know, being able to like just be out there and do shows and whatnot.
Why so long since Kaleidoscope Dreams? I mean, why didn't you feel the need to rush? Because you know, after you have a successful project, the label's like, hey, we need another one.
Yeah.
Why didn't you feel the need to come right back up?
The big thing is, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but art really does imitate life. You know what I'm saying? And after a while,